And this is the Christmas Noob. Today my video is going to be on the Xbox One versus the PS4. First thing I want to talk about is the appearance. If you look at the PlayStation 4, it's standing up right here. It's kind of, I don't know what they're trying to go for with the PlayStation 4. It's kind of slim. It's very slim compared to the Xbox One. You can see the Xbox One over here on the left, and it's kind of big. It's more like of a boxy shape, which is preference. Really, the system really doesn't matter what it looks like. It matters what it performs. If you see the PlayStation 4 right here, it's very slim. They go for like a sharp edged look on both sides of the system. I like that. And here goes the Xbox One. If you look at the Xbox One, it's very big. In my opinion, it's very big. It's almost like a VCR player, is what everybody's saying. I didn't think of that when I first saw it, but after I thought about it, it kind of does. It looks like a VCR player. Second thing I want to talk about is the controllers. If you look at the controllers right here, they both look beautiful. They both look new. I've actually held both controllers in my hand. The PlayStation 4 feels like it just sits there and it fits your hand almost perfectly. The Xbox One, it fits it's almost perfectly too, but after a while of playing, my hands start to hurt a little bit. Another thing that I want to talk about is right here you can see a microphone headphone jack that goes to the PlayStation 4 controller. Right, that headphone jack right there, you can put in any headphones you want, and you can listen to your game. With the Xbox, I think you have to have a special type of thing. And if you look right here at the at what they actually stick into the controller for their headset, it actually adds a huge hump to the Xbox's controller. Personally, I believe that the Sony's controller, it fits perfectly in the hand. It fits perfectly to me, and the Xbox One isn't far behind. Now what I want to talk about is the controllers individually. With the PlayStation 4 controller, they added a new touchpad, and they also added a light bar. With the light bar, I don't see any benefits of actually having a controller with a light bar, except maybe it's cool or something, whatever. The touchpad, is a touchpad basically, and if you can see, they changed the start and select buttons to options and share. So what they're using sometimes in some games, they use the touchpad as select and the start button as options. Sharing is a feature that is on the PlayStation. You can record yourself playing, which I will be doing, and you can share it with your friends basically. Another look at the PlayStation 4 controller. As you can see, they changed the L1 and R1 up a bit. They feel a lot better than the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2. They feel alright. Overall, the controller feels completely different in your hands than previous controllers. Previous controllers were just sitting there, and this one actually grows into your hand almost, and it's perfect. Here's another shot of the PlayStation 4 controllers. They added new joysticks type things. They're kind of concave. They feel great, but there's been a lot of news or whatever, or complaints that the stuff wears away prematurely or wears away really fast. Controller right here, it looks okay. It really doesn't matter what the controller looks like. It's how it feels and how you're able to work with it. Now let's move on to the Xbox One controller. In this picture, the Xbox One controller looks beautiful. If you look closely on the joystick, it's kind of like ridged edges around the controller. It's kind of ridged where your hand kind of sticks to the thumbstick. Instead of having the press down Xbox button, They now have the touch. I think you just touch it and it lights up. I think that's cool. I guess I don't really care. And that's just the front of the controller. This is the side of the controller. As you can see, yeah, the thumbsticks have like a grip on there that keeps your fingers on it, I suppose. The Xbox One controller just looks great to me. And here goes the triggers. The triggers are okay. I don't really care for what it looks like. Like I said before, I care how it performs and how I'm able to play with it. They look good. There's that Microsoft added a rumble feature for when you press the two firing buttons. Your controller actually vibrates a little bit to simulate a gun firing off, or in first-person shooter games or third-person shooter. They had a little rumble feature in games, and just help you feel more into the game. Now I want to talk about the specs. First, we're going to look at the CPU of the Xbox One versus PlayStation 4. Okay, so Xbox One has an 8-core Microsoft custom CPU, and the PS4 has an x86 AMD Jaguar 8-core processor. So both of the systems are equal on that level. They both have an 8-core processor, and that's all that really matters. The GPU on the Xbox One is 1.3 T-flops and rated in the graphics core next engine. And on the PlayStation 4 is 1.84, which is slightly better than Xbox One, with AMD Radeon graphics core engine. So the PlayStation 4 with the GPU is slightly better than the Xbox One. Here on the RAM part of each one of them, the Xbox One has 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, and PlayStation 4 has 8 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. And the difference between DDR3 and DDR5 RAM is that the system will be able to grab the RAM and use it a lot faster on the PlayStation 4 than on the Xbox One. The connections to the television, you got Blu-ray, HDMI, digital out, and optical. You have Blu-ray, and on the PlayStation 4 you have Blu-ray, HDMI, analog, AV out, and digital output, optical. Okay, so basically what this is saying, if you don't have an HD TV, you can't play the Xbox One, basically, or a newer TV. But with the PlayStation 4, if you have a TV with the red, yellow, and white cord, little holes that you stick it in, it'll work. On the USB side right here, you get 3 times high speed USB 3.0 on the Xbox One and also on the PlayStation 4. And USB 3.1 is just the way that Xbox and PlayStation 1, it's a new new technology which causes whatever is connected to your system to transfer speeds to be a lot faster. Connections on the Xbox One are Ethernet and Wi-Fi. On the PlayStation 4, it's Ethernet and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So that's good. The controller has Wi-Fi, motion sensing. I'm sorry, guys. Headset adapter and impulse triggers. The impulse triggers are what I was talking about before. Is when you hit the trigger, it kind of gives you a rumble and everything. On the PlayStation 4 controller, you get a LED light, which is that light bar that I was talking about. Mini jack. That's the part on the bottom. And you get the touchpad, like I was saying, speaker. You actually have a speaker. I forgot all about that. On the PlayStation 4 controller, you actually have a speaker on the controller, which is great. You have Bluetooth 2.1 and motion sensing. The cameras on it is the Xbox One Connect, which of course in 1080p. And on the PlayStation 4 I is looks like you can do 320 by 192, 640 by 400, and 1280 by 800 pixel. And you can do it 240, 120, and 60 frames per second. So that means you can do slow motion video and all of that. On to the next. Okay. So what we're going to talk about is basically what I just talked about. Only thing that I want to state out to you again is that the graphics processor on the Xbox One is slightly lower than the PlayStation 4, which in my opinion is okay. I don't really care. What I want to talk about here is actually I don't really have anything to talk about right here, but you can look at whatever you want to look at. Okay, here's a big part of the systems. The Xbox One, when you play games, as you can see, such as Assassin's Creed right here, Assassin's Creed 4 plays at 900 pixels on the Xbox One, but on the PlayStation 4, for some reason, it plays 1080 pixels. So that means the quality is going to be slightly lower. I don't think it makes a huge difference. I think it's just pixels. Pixels don't really matter. But they can matter at some point, such as reading text and stuff like that. But this is inside of games. And I'm not gonna go through all of these, but as you can see, these are a bunch of the big name games today. And if you look on each one of them right here, the pixel density, the pixels are always going to be lower than the PlayStation 4. That means that the PlayStation 4 is going to play the game just a little bit clear, just going to look a little bit better, going to be able to read text just a little bit better, and everything like that. So PlayStation 4 wins out on the pixels on this one right here. And that kind of concludes my PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One. Yeah, showdown, face off, whatever you want to say. Another thing that I wanted to say was that the Xbox One actually ships with its Xbox connection, and the PlayStation 4 does not come with the PlayStation Eye. The PlayStation 4 is $399. It starts off at $399, which is amazing. And the Xbox One starts at $500. And if you look right here, you can actually see some of the reasons why the PlayStation 4 is a better console. Personally, I believe in the PlayStation 4. I'm a PlayStation fan, always will be. I'm not prejudiced or anything, but the PlayStation 4 just sells for less, and the specs on it are just a little bit better. I can say that the Xbox One is more of a multimedia device. You can do a lot of stuff on it. The PlayStation 4, people that buy the PlayStation 4 will be more or less gaming just a little bit more than the Xbox One fans are. That's about it. To give you my honest opinion, who wins this battle is the PlayStation 4. And I think it will until the next consoles come out. I think Xbox knows they've lost this time, and I think next time they're gonna pull it out with all that what they can, and they're gonna go as hard as they can. But that'll be in another 8 years or whatever, and I'll make another video in 8 years if I'm still here. If you like the video, thumbs it up. Thumb it up. Okay, I'm sorry. Just like the video and whatever. I'll start making videos around sometime in December, probably the end of December when Christmas comes around, when I get my PlayStation 4. That's probably when I'll start my videos. But if anybody wants to play with me on PlayStation Network or wants to be my friend, once I get my gamer tag and everything, once I get my account set up, I will definitely let y'all know what it is. Y'all can friend me or whatever, and we can play Grand Theft Auto or whatever games you like. Okay, that's about it. PlayStation 4 wins in my opinion. This is the Christmas noob. Everybody have a great day.